And so, Freddie, 50 years of music, 50 years of dedication, 50 years of being just you. And we thank you, and we appreciate you, and we wish you 50 and 50 and 50 and 50 more. Please stand and give a round of applause as I present the Pinnacle Award for 2013 to Freddie McGregor.
Premier award of the evening is the Pinnacle Award. And before we do the award, for those of you who are not quite familiar with Pinnacle, just want to take a moment to share with you. Pinnacle is located in Sligoville in the parish of St. Catherine in Jamaica. It consists of over 500 acres of land, a part of which overlooks Kingston and St. Andrew. In the late 1930s, Leonard Percival Howell, a founding father of the Rastafari movement, took over its ownership and occupancy from its previous owner, Mr. Albert Chang, whom he had to pay in cash for the acquisition. Howell was financially resourceful and independent, yet he didn't use money for personal fulfillment, but instead led a humble life in Pinnacle, committed to his race. During the late 1930s, the famous uprising in St. Thomas caused many to suffer racism, oppression, inadequate living conditions, and hunger in Pinnacle, and Pinnacle became the safe haven for thousands who desired to live and work communally in unity. Under Howell's leadership, Pinnacle was transformed into one of the larger, self-reliant, economically empowered communities. Several farmers lived and worked in Pinnacle, produced a variety of fruits, vegetables, beans, peas, yams, bananas, cassava, corn, coconuts, and many other products. Ganja, its use adapted from East Indian culture, was grown mainly for spiritual practices and medicine. The Rastafarians in Pinnacle built a food storage facility preparing for the tough days. Many skilled craftsmen and women, nurses, and other professionals shared in the faith and lived there under the motto, one God, one aim, and one destiny. Between 1941 and 1957, Pinnacle was raided several times. Each time, the authorities would take thousands of dollars banked in the community under the claim that it was ill-gotten money earned from selling ganja. Howell, meanwhile, is reputed to have detested the exploitation of the herb and to have walked the streets of Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and other parishes giving money to the poor and children. He didn't give in to the harassment, beatings, numerous arrests, and incarcerations. Each time, he went back to live in Pinnacle upon his release from prison. During the last raid on Pinnacle, the police burned the homes and belongings of thousands of Rastafarians, destroying furnishings, personal items, and clothing. Having no place to live and their leader in jail, most Rastafarians relocated throughout Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, and St. Thomas. That was the beginning of the Rastafarians. That was the beginning of Rastafari dispersion and relocation in groups of churches and mansions. In 1970, a small flock of Rastafarian elders took refuge in Tredegar Park, St. Catherine, and continued to support the teachings of Howell until his death in 1981. To date, the Rastafarians of Pinnacle have not been compensated for their loss of property, homes, lives, and the humiliation they suffered. And it is said that Howell was arrested, incarcerated, and sent to mental institution over 50 times. He once said, "At emancipation, the planters were adequately compensated for freeing the slaves, but I, Leonard Howell, was never compensated for Pinnacle and the crimes committed against me and the Rastafarian people." It is this story of resistance resilience, and self-reliance that has moved the Coalition to Preserve Reggae Music to create the Pinnacle Award in recognition of Rastafari's contribution to world culture and in recognition of those artists who have done their part to make their contribution to this music and its development and its growth. You know, this year of 2013 is a momentous year. 50 years, many of you know, since the March on Washington, but how many of you know that it's been 50 years since shortly after the March on Washington, on October 4th in 1963, that His Majesty made a speech at the United Nations that continues to reverberate in our minds every time we listen to the song, War. Yes, this is the 50-year anniversary of that speech that His Majesty gave at the United Nations. Yes, you could go ahead and applaud. Thank you so very much. This is Reggae Culture Salute, when we recognize that unique relationship between reggae, Rasta, Selassie, and Jamaica. And while folk were fighting for civil rights here in the United States, His Majesty was representing Africans fighting for human rights across the world. This evening is also another 50-year anniversary. It's been 50 years of Freddie McGregor. Yes, 50 years of Freddie McGregor. Please give him an applause. And so I'd like to invite Freddie to join us on stage to receive our highest award, our highest recognition. Oh yes, the Pinnacle Award. And I'm gonna let Sharon do the honors.
We don't really, as Rasta, we don't usually shake hands, right, Freddie? It's a hug thing. It's a hug thing.
So do it right.
You know, Freddie, so much has been said before you came out here. I think, Mr. McCreef, you said so much. Brother Carlisle, the history. Norman and Sabo Demani, our board members, you too know that this has been an award a long time coming, but it was Brother Norman Moore, right here, from the board, Step Up Norman, who nominated Freddie McGregor to be recognized this year as our Pinnacle Award recipient. And at CPR, we say we're not a Jamaican organization, we're a reggae lovers organization. So that's why we have reggae lovers all over the world, logged on and listening and paying attention. And so Freddie, 50 years of music, 50 years of dedication, 50 years of being just you. And we thank you and we appreciate you and we wish you 50 and 50 and 50 and 50 more. Please stand and give a round of applause as I present the Pinnacle Award for 2013 to Freddie McGregor. Let's read what it says. It says, Coalition to Preserve Reggae Music, Pinnacle Award for Excellence, presented to Freddie McGregor, November 2nd, 2013. Come on, make some noise.
Wow. Yes, greetings. Greetings, everyone. This evening, I want to say thanks to you all for coming out, supporting CPR and the Reggae Culture Salute. As for me personally, if I was receiving this award tonight, I would try to make my way here. So it's not just being here for the award, but it's here to support CPR and the reggae culture movement. You see, those of us who understand what is happening, understand the struggles that the music and us as a people have been through over many years. And it's not easy defending this music for 50 years, trust me. Sometimes I myself wonder how it happened. But then again, it was not my will from day one. So I guess I just followed the order and continued on from 1963. And we're in 2013. I have a new CD out, still touring. I say, God bless. Trust me. But, thank you. But it really doesn't stop here either. You know, I'm just making an appeal to all my fellow entertainers too, to come out and support any and everything that is for and about our music and our culture and our country. because that is really important. The reason I made a special effort to be here tonight is when we are awarded, we tend to not show up to receive our awards. Thank you. But while we are still alive, we must do these things because they are important. They are important to the people who are here tonight, so it must be important to the recipient to be here also. And so I want to thank each and every one again. I want to thank CPR, I want to thank Reggae Culture Salute, and I want to thank the diaspora. Also, I must make mention VP Records. You see, this is a community, and I mean, New York is big, but we are, as a community, fairly small still. And I'm really thankful, and I must say that VP has contributed greatly in terms of support for our music, our culture, and the different things that happen around here. So we should all continue to support VP too. Trust me, Miss Pat, we love you to the maximum. Love her. Miss Pat, yeah, you can come again, Miss Pat. Because speaking about VP, we're talking about the mother of VP. And this is my mommy too, Miss Pat. Love her so much, trust me. And whenever she asks us to do anything, it's always something positive, and we always respond. So, mommy, we love you to the max.
And we love you too, Freddie. Thank you.
Yes, God bless you. And of course, it's not really my performance time. We just have to reason out the things, so we're not going to stretch it on. Again, I want to give thanks for everyone who come out tonight. I want to give thanks to CPR, Reggae Culture Salute. I thank you for this award. Them say a king has never been honored in this country, but it's really significant that 50 years on my 50th anniversary, I'm receiving the Pinnacle Award. I think that is most special, very, very special. And there are a few more coming up this month before the end of the year. So it looks like that's my year for all of them sitting here. So God bless you. We love you. Thank you very much. Rastafari, Yvette. Thank you. Selassie.
Thank you, Freddie. We're going to do a photo up, and we have a surprise for Freddie. We're going to get the photo up going because there's a surprise coming. Is our surprise here? Does anybody see the surprise yet? Oh, wait, I think I see her. I call her the sexiest congresswoman because I can, but she's the smartest one up on the hill. And she's a friend of CPR and Reggae Culture Salute, Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, who never misses the award ceremony at Culture Salute. Here she is, right on time. Come on, y'all ain't clapping? Hello? Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, all right. And Mama Yuna, who wanted to be here, sends her regards. So I'm going to give the mic to her now. Big surprise of it. That was great. That was beautiful. You look great.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
A pleasant good evening, everyone. It is my honor and privilege to be here once again for the Reggae Cultural Salute and to say to Sharon Gordon and Carlisle McKetty, who through CPR has really stayed true to the core and the essence of reggae music, another wonderful extravaganza. Let's give them a round of applause, everyone. They really have stayed true. Every year we could come and go back to our roots. To our distinguished honorees this evening, we want to thank you for being the stalwarts, really staying true to reggae music, to the origins, to the roots, to who we are as a people. We are so grateful, of course, for Freddie McGregor and his many, many years, his contributions, his mentorship, his leadership. Now, I gave Freddie a congressional proclamation in 2007. I couldn't come up with anything bigger than that. But I know being in your presence this evening with your tribute to him is another validating evening for him in all that he has done. Let's give Freddie, please give him another round of applause. And of course, VP Records. They have been the ones who have made sure that our music is on the map worldwide. We need to make sure that this enterprise is supported by each and every one, because when the history is written of how a small island nation was able to uplift and undergird a music industry that exported the best in the talent and expertise from performance to performance. VP Records is right there. Let's give them a round of applause. Ms. Pat and the family for all they've done. And to each and every one again, you are at the core of what I do in Washington, D.C. We are up against some really serious forces these days. And so we must stay the course. We will not stop. We can't stop until there is comprehensive immigration reform in the United States of America. And let them know that a sister from Yard is going to make sure that that happens. God bless you all.
Come on now, put your hands together for Congresswoman Yvette Clarke. Thank you so much, Congresswoman, for Councilmember Jamani Williams, for our honorees, Freddie McGregor, Miss Pat, David Curtin. Mr. McCreeve, thank you so much for representing the Consulate General. And to my board members, one is missing, she's working. Donna is in the back working. Brother Carlisle, thank you. Seba Damani, Norman Moore.